Look,
Yeah.
I really like Debo. I really like George Kittle. I really like Eric Armstead. I really like Trent. I like an awful lot of these 49ers. They were good enough to win the Super Bowl this year. I like Kyle, but it keeps on coming up short with the same dudes involved over and over and over again. And you got to try something different. This team needs a little bit of a shakeup, Larry. It does. This ain't a run it back situation. And
Well, I mean, it never is.
they've kicked the can down the road on so many of these salaries that this bill is going to hit the table. I was reading something in Sports Illustrated about facing more roster questions. It was written by Albert Breer. And he basically said, the next year's salary cap is going to land between $240, $245 million, which means that with about $212 million committed once Brandon Ayuk's fully guaranteed fifth-year option hits the table, they're going to have to fill out 44 roster spots between $28 and $23 million, which is impossible. So they're going to have to take a big salary of a player that everybody really likes, and they're going to have to who would fetch you the most on the open market? Debo, George Kittle hit the block. These guys got a lot of value. A lot of value. Who's going to get you even more? You got to make a tough call, Larry. Who's it on? Who's going?
Well, I don't think Juice is going to be back. That'd be my guess. That'd be the one that goes. And then also the Ayuk thing. Yeah, if you take all of his, salary, but if you then it looks massive. But if you can sign him to a long-term deal, you can minimize that first year, and make it a little bit more palatable. So. I would say there's going to be a number of guys who could be leaving. I mean, you might see Eric Armstead moving. You're definitely going to see them wave goodbye to all their free agents. I mean,
what I think is going to hurt you, Larry?
Kinlaw. What's that?
Dre Greenlaw. Bye-bye.
I don't know about that.
First of all, he's not playing next year. He's got 9 months with a popped Achilles, right? So he's not even, I don't know if you can say goodbye then. And then after that, he's definitively damaged goods. He's always getting hurt. I love Dre Greenlaw, but it might be time to go. Again, you got ticking clocks on a lot of these guys' bodies. And I think that you have to factor that into some tough decisions that are coming up.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question there's going to be tough decisions. I mean, you've got a bunch of free agents. I could give you the list of 49er free agents if you want to take a look. But, I mean, it's a bunch. And then you're probably going to let most of them go. So that's just the way it is. I mean, a lot of their free agents are just going to leave, and then they're probably going to, have to sign they'll sign maybe one of them. So I would say, okay, so right now, if you said free agents, let's see. Let me jump to free agents. Here we go. 2024 free agents. All right. Here's the list. And these are the guys all these guys for the most part are unrestricted. Randy Gregory, gone. Chase Young, gone. Sam Darnold.
By the way, hold on. I'm just going to call timeout right there. You're right about him being gone. Chase Young, you played a Super Bowl. Chase Young showed up in the Super Bowl. He
played hard. He played hard. That was good to see. Sam Darnold, $4.5 million. I think he'll be moving on. Kinlaw at $3.8 million. He'll probably be moving on. Tayshaun Gibson at $2.9 million. He'll be moving on. Sebastian Joseph Day at $2.7 million. He'll be gone. Oren Burks at $2.5 million. He'll be gone. Cleveland Farrell at $2.5 million. He might return. John Feliciano at $2.25 million. He'll probably be gone. Kevin Givens at 2.1 will be gone. Ray at 2 million will be gone. So I mean, they also have Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. Who else? Ross Dwelly, Brandon Allen, I think will stay. Chris Conley, Logan Ryan, Matt Pryor, Juwan Jennings probably leaves. Ben Barch, Charlie Warner, Terrence Mitchell.
See, I would figure out a way to bring Juwan Jennings back and trade Debo.
Yeah. But the thing is, Debo's already signed. And so Debo's got a big dollar figure amount, and he's coming off a year where he was pretty banged up. I don't know what kind of market there's going to be for Debo, to be completely honest. Now, if you want to move Ayuk, you could probably get a first-round pick for Ayuk. You want to move Ayuk?
No, I'm bringing Ayuk back. And that's the thing. He's not coming back for just his 5th-year deal here. You're going to have to sign him to a multi-year extension.
Probably 3 years, $75 million, something like that. $25 million a year, something like that.
Isn't it funny that, Jennings more so, but less so, Chris Conley's played. You had guys who were hardly involved in regular season games, involved in this Super Bowl, and it went wrong, man. It went wrong. There's no other way to say it. That game went wrong.
It's funny, though. It's amazing. The Chiefs had 2 of the most penalized offensive linemen in the entire league, and they played a flag-free game in this game. Chiefs had 6 penalties. Only 2 of them were on the offensive side of the ball. Neither were on the offensive line.
Same referee as the last Super Bowl against the Chiefs, too. Bill Vinovich is he ain't calling it.
Yeah.
He ain't calling it. And that's, if you are the Chiefs and you know that, you're going in with the Legion of Boom mindset. Commit a foul on every play. Dare this son of a bitch to throw a flag on every single play, and he didn't even do it once. And Nick Bosa absolutely got held on a couple of plays because Nick Bosa absolutely gets held in every football game he has ever played in since Pop Warner. So that's rough.
Yeah, no question. No question about it. There's a lot to complain about, and there's a lot of unhappy people today. And even my 14-year-old's going, you know what, Dad, if they can't win this one, then it's probably going to be years before they're back winning because, it's like everything was set up in this game for them.
If not now, when?
And it's totally true. I mean, it's totally true. But at the same time, I do think the 49ers will probably get back there in the next couple of years. That'd be my guess. But it's going to be a totally different looking team. There's going to be every time you tear this thing back down, there's guys who get hurt, guys who retire. Purdy's young enough. There's no question. It's not like he's at the end. He's just at the beginning. So look, I do think he'll get, and he played pretty well. He played pretty well.
We love Brock Purdy and the story that he is and the year that he had. At his price point, oh my God, it's the best bargain in professional sports. What do you think of Purdy making $38 million a year?
Well, we'll see. I mean, they're gonna pay him the going rate. That sounds like a little on the high side, but I would say
for 2 years from now, is that going to be the high side? It's probably where it comes in. Starting NFL quarterbacks who are starting NFL quarterbacks, that number's around 40. I mean, it really is.
Yeah. I mean, and there's several guys that are going to be gone. I mean, as I said, Chase Young, Kinlaw, Gibson, Dwelly, Ray. I mean, those guys are all going to be gone. So they're going to have to do a really good job in the draft, replenishing their roster. And they're going to have to make some really good decisions on who they draft along that offensive line. I mean, they need a major foundation piece at right tackle, and they just overall need just a better offensive line, top to bottom, and defensive line as well. They got to get more youth and more speed and more talent on their defensive line. Right now, what do you got for sure next year? Bosa, Armstead, and Hargrave if Armstead comes back. So you still got another spot on your starting group. You got all your backups to be concerned with. Yeah, I mean they've got a daunting task in front of them for sure, and now you also have more evidence that Kyle Shanahan swallows the olive in some of the biggest moments. So you kind of wonder, is he going to be able to do it? And every year that goes by that he doesn't do it, it's going to be more and more the story of can he do it? And that's the question.